When the teachers asked me to read aloud, I thought that it was really scary because there was like loads of eyes looking at me.
In English, Miss would pick to me to read, and I would be nervous and I would quite stumble on my words because I was shy.
In other lessons, it felt really sad that I couldn't do what other kids can do, like read properly.
Fresh Start is for students who read hesitantly and find difficulty in working out new words.
I see it as a huge moral responsibility for us to allow those students to become readers so that they can then become students of every subject.
It's nearly a third of each year group that are 1.5 chronological years or more below their reading age. So for us, having a reading intervention that makes the curriculum accessible to them is really important, because for many of them, the barrier isn't learning the concepts or ideas within the class, it's actually being able to access the source material for it.
We chose Fresh Start because of the rapid progress students can make with the programme. We also chose Fresh Start because of the age appropriateness of the resources and the tailored support that every student receives.
Having the power to take students from a point where they can't read to the point where we can then officially say they're readers by module 33, that would be the primary reason that we chose Fresh Start.
The head teacher appoints a reading leader, someone who sorts out the organisation and assessment and keeps students and tutors upbeat.
Having specific, tailored and focused support of one individual on all of our students that require it is unbelievable.
And she's absolutely vital for it in terms of knowing how all the threads fit together and what those steps for progress for the individual students are.
The school's reading leader first identifies students who are struggling to read using available information, reading tests, SAT results, or even just hearsay.
Using the Fresh Start assessments allows us to identify gaps in our pupils' reading and ensure that we're teaching them at their challenge points. This ensures that there is accelerated progress throughout the programme, especially in the later parts of the programme where we can group the students homogeneously based on their challenge points.
Most of my students started on entry level, so as they progressed up through after first assessment, they can see the difference in the text from entry level module to 16, 15, say, where they went to after first assessment, and they really do get a sense of achievement.
So it's a case of pupils can identify themselves how much progress they're making.
Students make the speediest progress when they are tutored one-to-one, just for the first few weeks. Tutors can give each student their full attention at just the right level. Once they've made progress, students can work in pairs or fours, that is, if they are at the same reading level. Best fit fits no one.
We run small 25-minute sessions 4 times a week, which allows us to think less about what's logistically right for the student and more about what's the appropriate level of access for that student.
We are working with the SEND team, working with their learning support assistants who we have trained in the Fresh Start programme, and every single morning of the week for 25 minutes those students are working one-to-one or in key groups with dedicated members of the SEND team or the reading team in order to drive their progress through, so that hopefully once they make it past module 33 that they too will feel that they are finally being included in the curriculum and in everyday teaching and learning.
Students read stories that only include words with the letter sounds they've been taught so far. There are no curveballs.
The students thoroughly enjoy reading the text within the Fresh Start modules, partly because they've broken down and already gone through the difficult words that they previously would have found challenging or would have been a hurdle, giving them the confidence to read the text aloud and actually enjoy what they're reading because they're understanding it.
The students themselves find them really engaging. They like the diversity of whether it's a factual text or it's a story, whether it's a classical piece from literature like Romeo and Juliet or Frankenstein's monster.
I really enjoy them, and some of them you can learn, the one I'm reading right now is called Lorna, and it's about bullying. And I think this is probably my favourite book.
We show the tutors and reading leader how to teach Fresh Start. They attend a 2-day training course at a regional event and are then supported by an in-school trainer and our comprehensive online subscription.
It offers online classroom resources that we can use to allow students to develop, improve and target key areas in their own time, and to work independently using those resources has been hugely beneficial for our students. Through the anthologies that Fresh Start provide, we are able to match students' reading for pleasure resources with where they are exactly in their module journey.
And when I film my phonics over and over, I do them at home just to make progress on my readings.
The right tutors understand that their students have been let down, that they are not difficult or slow. They stick with them until they can read.
I'm doing Fresh Start now, so I don't need to perform in front of my classmates and be the image that I've got. They can just be themselves with us and get that sense of achievement.
We have seen incredible progress with the Fresh Start programme. Within the first 3 months, we had seen students improve their reading ages by up to 4 years. But more than that, they're growing in confidence during the lessons, wanting to read out loud.
Actually, what I'm getting is a real sense of relief from those students, that they can finally access things that everybody else can access, and that they're not sitting there in silence, passively getting on with it, but actually not really getting on with anything.
Honest with you, the Fresh Start just does not compare to anything else. And I mean that because I've been in education for, this is year 25, and I've come across these programs in all that time, and they come and they go, and they very rarely achieve. Fresh Start is the first one that I think, yeah, that is the first one that you can see that they can achieve. It works.
There's a massive difference in how engaged pupils are, the success of that reading programme.
My reading age is 8.4, and after I started Fresh Start in 2 months, my reading age is 9.3.
My reading age was 7.9, and after 2 months it was 11.1.
It was from 8 point something to 9 point something, which I'm really proud about.
Yes, is it helping with my life? In all lesson is helping to me, because if I don't understand reading, it's not helping me. If I understand, this will help me too much.
My reading was very terrible, and then ever since you started using the Fresh Start, it's just improved my reading more and more. It makes me feel very happy, and I think I can actually do it and learn.
I used to say I don't want to read it, I don't know any of the words, but now I'm starting to read it, and she's like, Diane, your reading's gone better. I'm like, yeah Mum, it's because of Fresh Start.
It's those wins, those seemingly small wins, but if we can imagine that being rolled across hundreds of students in our school, what will our school look like in 5 years' time? What will our students' lives look like? Where will they be, and what will they be doing that they may not have done, or they may not have felt, or they may not have been, had we not empowered them to read?
I just like reading now.